Good afternoon. You're listening to 100.9 The Cross, and for the past few weeks, we have been talking with faculty and staff at Robinson Community College. Today, I get to speak with Kenneth Stubbs, the lead instructor for video gaming and design at RCC. Video gaming and design is one of the newest programs at Robinson Community College. Students can earn a certificate in just 2 semesters, or they can opt for the information technology degree with a concentration in video gaming. We'll hear more about that this afternoon, so let's say good afternoon to Kenneth Stubbs. How are you, Kenneth?
I'm doing all right, man.
Well, very good. Good to have you on the program.
All right, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, as we begin, Kenneth, can you please tell us more about the video gaming program at Robinson Community College?
Well, video gaming and design is a growing field. It's been growing pretty fast over the past few years. As you can see, video games, have gotten way more intense and, same on the same level as movies these days, especially with like HD and 4K graphics. But video games combines art and technology. It's everywhere you look. I'm sure anytime you turn on the TV or turn on the radio, you're hearing some advertisement for gaming in some form. You see it on TV, of course. You probably see a lot of the graphics. We actually teach a lot of that at RCC with some of the software that we use. The program, the SGD program, or Simulation Game Design, teaches students the fundamentals of video game design, animation. We look over production, marketing, just really trying to turn a hobby of gaming into a career. Students can earn a certificate. You can do that in 2 semesters, 2 classes in the fall, 2 classes in the spring, or you can also do the whole program and earn an associate's degree at the same time. But the program does aim to give students a hand-on experience in the video game field and prepare them for work in one of those various industries. But try to make the classes fun. I mean, it's video gaming. It's supposed to be fun for everybody. So I like to make students play video games. We talk about video games. We go all in. But once a student completes the 2-year program or does the certificate, they are able to transfer that certificate and the associate's degree to a 4-year institution if that's what they would like to pursue.
Very good. I'm talking with Kenneth Stubbs from Robinson Community College. And Kenneth, tell us about the certificate you mentioned and what is required to get that certificate.
The certificate only requires the completion of 4 classes. We do SGD 111, 112, 113, and 114, and they all conquer certain parts of the design process, but they can be completed in 1 year or 2 semesters. In the fall, both classes that are SGD 111 and 114 are offered in 8-week formats, so you can technically do one at a time for a full 16 weeks. So it makes the workload a little bit better. And then in the spring, both classes that we offer, 113 and 112, they are 16-week courses. And you can take those at the same time, of course. But if you would like to take just one class at a time, maybe workload's a little bit different, that's also an option as well. The classes can be taken in any order. There's no prereqs for each class. So, basically that's it. But the courses are, SGD 111 is Intro to SGD, which conquers marketing and basically beta testing, getting a video game off the ground. SGD 114 is 3D modeling, and we use a program called Blender to create 3D models. This is a 100% free program that anybody can download and use if anybody wanted to try to get, a little bit hands-on experience with it before taking a class on it. And those are the 2 classes offered in the fall. The spring, we do SGD 112, which is SGD design, and that's like the history of video games. We start all the way back from the little computers where the people were just doing little symbols. We go all the way up to current gen, PlayStation 5, Xbox One X, Nintendo Switch. And then we do SGD 113, which is SGD programming, and we do C++ programming and gaming for that one. And like I said, those 2 classes are offered in the spring.
What kind of skills do students gain in the video gaming and design program at Robinson Community College?
The students can gain a variety of skills to add to their resume. Like I said earlier, we do 3D modeling, so you get a chance to kind of create models like many probably have seen in a lot of the Illumination-type movies like Despicable Me, Minions, recently the Super Mario Brothers movie, or Disney with Frozen, Moana, Toy Story. The program we use actually can do those types of models. So it's just really how far the student wants to go with that. We do programming languages. Mainly in the gaming, we do C++, even though we do offer other programming languages at RCC. C++ is the primary one for gaming. And we get into a little bit of that with a program we call Construct 3. And there is a free version of that program anybody can use to create basically little video games. And it's primarily done in C++, but there are little shortcuts in the program to help someone out if they're just trying to get through. Or, as you know, it can go as advanced as you need. But like I said, with the 3D modeling, Blender is a free pro tool anybody can download. And then Construct 3, there is a free version that students could, or anybody could really use to, maybe get a little bit of experience before coming in.
I'm talking with Kenneth Stubbs this afternoon, the lead instructor for video gaming and design at Robinson Community College. And Kenneth, I understand you're a game enthusiast yourself. You've collected many pieces over the years showcasing the history of gaming. Why don't you tell us more about this, please?
Yeah, like when I was younger, video games have always been something I've always been around. I've always found them fascinating. So even from my early age, playing the original Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Atari, a lot of these pieces, growing up, I remember a lot of my friends, they would sell their consoles, and whenever the next new one would come out, I held on to mine. I've still got a bunch of them from back then. But I really enjoy, especially in the SGD 112 design class, which is history, I bring a lot of my consoles in if we're tackling, like, Super Nintendo one week. I like to bring in my Super Nintendo and any kind of peripherals that may have came out for it that I own, and I love to show them off. One story that actually comes to mind is I brought a Super Game Boy adapter for the Super Nintendo, and back then that was an adapter in case you couldn't buy a Game Boy, a handheld console. You could buy one of these peripherals to play your Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo itself. And I showed out how it worked, and some of the students were just like kind of wowed by that. They're like, oh, like they really had to know how this hardware works to make it go. And I'm like, yeah, today if a game or something doesn't work, they can release a patch, a hot fix. It's instant. Back then, it had to work out the box. There was no way around that. Issuing a revision later just costed a lot of money back then.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Well, I'm talking with Kenneth Stubbs at Robinson Community College and discussing gaming. Now, what types of career opportunities are available in this field?
Well, since computers and, gaming, everything is really all in tune. We do everything on computers now. The programs that we use, Blender for 3D modeling, getting students, if they get really good with this program, they can move into a field, like even if they didn't want to do character design with a video game company, they can move that in with Disney, Warner Brothers, Illumination Studios, Sony Pictures, all these big studios that make these animated movies. They can use those same skills for, gaming or even like be a CGI artist. Blender itself actually does a bunch of different things. We can do effects, we can do lighting, character modeling, even like creature modeling. It'll do rigging, which is putting basically making a character move. If you're ever looking around for like Disney or anything like creating effects, they typically have one person that specializes in like effects or lighting or just character modeling or rigging for that matter. And basically the possibilities are endless. And because we're, kind of in this era where everything's on computers, a lot of jobs are remote. Back in the day, I knew you had to move to Florida like Disney Studios or, even California with Hollywood to just be able to do jobs like this. A lot of these jobs now, you can just hop on a computer, remote in, and you do your work from home. No point to even have to go and move or go to an office anymore.
I'm talking with Kenneth Stubbs at Robinson Community College, and if someone listening, Kenneth, is interested in video gaming, the program at Robinson Community College, what would they need to do to get started?
One of the best ways is you can visit our website at www.robinson.edu/apply now, and you can complete an application for enrollment. You can also come on campus if you're able and visit our admissions office in Building 13. And if you need to call, we do 910-272-3342. Or you can actually send an email to admissions@robinson.edu. That's some ways to get registered. And if you have any follow-up questions for me, I'm more than happy to be of any assistance. You can reach out to me personally at 910-272-3495 or my email with a WSTUBBS at robinson.edu. And I do have a business technologies page for gaming on the robinson.edu website that also answers a lot of questions as well.
Well, I've been talking with Kenneth Stubbs this afternoon, and as we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to say today, Kenneth?
No, I was just glad for the opportunity to, kind of talk about something I'm very passionate about, and I hope that others are very passionate about it and would love to come and, we could talk, we'd discuss games, geek culture, anime, whatever, everybody wants to, because to me it all just kind of falls under the umbrella. We'd love to talk about computers too. I'm really glad all this stuff is kind of meshed up at this point, and it's a really good time to be a fan of this stuff, and with the opportunities, it's just a great time.
Very good. Well, I've been talking with Kenneth Stubbs, the lead instructor for video gaming and design at Robinson Community College. Kenneth, thank you for your time this afternoon.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.